Темная ночь, только пули свистят по степи, только ветер гудит провода, тускло звезды мерцают. Темную ночь ты, любимая, знаю, не спишь.
Who's there?
You come most carefully upon your hour.
Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold, and I am sick at heart.
Have you had a plain watch?
Not a mouse.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
I think I hear you.
Stand ho! Who's there?
Princess crown and liegeman to the Dane.
Give you good night.
Or farewell, good soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Barnetto has my place.
Hola, Bernardo.
Say what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but a fantasy. I will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore, I have entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of the night, that if again this apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Touch, till not appear.
Sit down a while and let us once again assail your ears. They are so fortified against our story. What we have tonight seen.
And let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when you, same star that westered from the pole, had made his course to illume that part of heaven where now it burns, Marcellus and myself, the bell then bearing one.
Peace! Break thee off! There it comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Look he not like the king? Speak to it.
Most like, it harrows me with fear and wonder.
It will be spoken to.
Speak to it, Horatio.
What art thou usurpest at this time of night, together with that fair and warlike from in which majesty of very Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
See, it stalks away.
Stay, speak, I charge thee, speak!
'Tis gone. We will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy? What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not disbelieve without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, such was the very armor he had on, when he the ambitious Norway combated. So frowned he once when, in angry parle, he smote the sled poleaxe on the ice. 'Tis strange.
Thus twice before, and jump at this dead hour, with martial stock hath he gone by our watch.
In what particular thought to work, I know not, but in the gross and scope of my opinion, the body's same strange eruption to our state.
Good now, sit down and tell me, he that knows, why this same strict and most observant watch so nightly toils the same subject of the land, and why such daily cast of brazen cannons and foreign marked for implements of war, why such imprints of shipwrights, whose sore's task does not divide the Sunday from the week, and what might be toward that this sweaty taste doth make the night joint laborer with the day.
At least the whisper goes so. Our last king, whose image even now appeared to us, was, as you know, by Fortinbras of Norway, thereto picked on by a most immaculate pride, dared the combat in which our valiant Hamlet, for so this side of our known world esteemed him, did slay this Fortinbras, who by a skilled compact, well rafted by law and heraldry, did forfeit with all his life those his hands which stood seized of the conqueror. Against the which a mighty component was gagged by our king, which had returned to the inheritance of Fortinbras. Had he been the vanquisher, as by the same combat of carriage, the article designed, his fell to Hamlet. Now, sir, young Fortinbras, our improved metal, hot and full, hath in the skirts of Norway, here and there, sharked up a list of lawless resources for food and diet, to some enterprise that had stomach, into which it no other, as it doth well appear unto our stay. But to recover of us by our strong hand and terms compulsatory, those forsayed lands, so by his father lost, and this, I take it, is the main motive of our preparations, the source of this our watch, and the chief head of our prostrate, and rummage in the land.
I think be no other but and so. What may sort that this portentous figure come armed through our watch, so like the king. That was and is the question of these wars.
A motor is to trouble the mind's eye. In the most high and palmy state of Rome, a little ere the mighty Julius fell, the grave stood tentless, and the sheetless dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets, as stars with chains and fire dews of blood, disasters in the sun, and the moist star, upon whose influence Neptune empire stands, was sick almost to doomsday with eclipse, and even the like prescure of feared events, as harbingers preceding still the fates and prologue to the omen carrying on, have heaven and earth together demonstrated unto our climatures and countrymen. Puts off, behold, lo, where it comes again, it crossed through night blasphemy. Stay, illusion! Speak to me, if there be any good thing to be done, that may to thee, and ease grace to me. Speak to me, if thou art privy, to thou country's face, which happily foreknowing may avoid. Oh, speak, if thou hast uphoarded in thy life, extorted treasure in the womb of earth, for each they say you, spirits oft walk of death. Speak of it. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
Shall I strike it with my partisan?
Do if it will not stand.
'Tis here.
'Tis there.
"'Tis gone. We do it wrong, being so majestical, to offer it the show of violence, for in the air, invulnerable, and our vain blows, malicious mockery.
It was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing. Upon fearful summons, I've heard the cock that is trumpet to the morn, doth with his lofty and shrill sounding throw, awake of the god of the day. And at his warning, whether in sea or fire, in earth or of air, the extravagant and erring sprites highs, to continue, and the truth herein, this present object made probation.
It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever gainst the season comes, wherein our Savior's birth is celebrated. This bird of dawning singeth all night long, and then, they say, no spirit date stir abroad. The nights are wholesome, then no planets strike. No fairies take, nor witch have power to charm, so hallowed and so gracious is that time.
So have I heard, and do in part believe it. But look, the morn, in our russet mantle clad, walkers always the dew, yon eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and my advice, let us impact what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, the spirit dumb to us will speak to him. Do you consent? We shall acquaint him with it, and needful of our loves, fitting our duty.
Let's do it, I pray. And this morning know where we shall find him most convenient.
I can't do this.
I was starting to laugh.
Yeah, me too.
Alright.
Where is my spear? George!
Right, Dimitri.
Where's George?
George is
Don't let it die!
Is he filming?
Are you filming?
Yes.
Right, Dimitri.
Say what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome to Marcellus. Why are you doing this?
No.
What happened? What happened?
No. You're laughing.
I love my heart out.
Say what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome.
We're so close! There are 3 lines in this chest.
Oh my god.
Why can't you get through a piece? Hold on, Bernardo.
Say what? Is Horatio there?
A piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio.
Don't get. You wanna die for this play?
I can kill the crap.
I'm gonna cry because we're not gonna be doing anything, and my dad's gonna arrive.
Don't.
Guys, come on, please.
Stop!
3, 2, 1. It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever gains. Come on, no, seriously, we gotta go.
Okay.
The crowing of the cock. Stop!
Yo!
Say to your face, it faded on the coming of the cock. Coming of the cock. Okay, please! Please!
Why did you add coming, bro?
The coming of the cock.
We're not gonna finish.
That's the new movie title, The Coming of the Cock.
Gosh, for the love of Jesus Christ Almighty.
Go, go.